This is the EVERCROSS EK6 electric bike. It's sitting right here in front of me, and honestly, it's a head-turner. The bike's a combination of rugged functionality and sleek design, perfect for someone like me who loves blending adventure with practicality. When I first saw it online, I was intrigued by the fat tires, the foldable frame, and promises of long battery life. But you know how it is. Claims about electric bikes can sometimes feel exaggerated. So I was both excited and a little skeptical. After riding this bike for a few weeks now, I feel like I can finally share my honest experience with it. Let's start with how it looks and feels. The X6 has this bold, sturdy presence. I got the matte black version, which I think looks super sleek, but it also comes in white if that's more your style. It has 20-inch fat tires, which are much thicker than regular bike tires, and they give the whole bike a tough, off-road ready vibe. These tires aren't just for show, they're great for handling rough terrain, but more on that later. The frame is foldable, which was one of the first things that caught my eye because it's practical for storage and transport. I've folded it down a few times to take it in the trunk of my car, and the mechanism's pretty intuitive once you get the hang of it. The bike's weight is noticeable. It's not light, but it makes sense with the motor, battery, and all the other features packed in. Personally, I think it's a fair trade-off for the power and durability it offers. From my experience, assembling the bike was straightforward, especially because it comes mostly pre-assembled. I only needed to attach the handlebars, front wheel, fenders, and the seat. It also comes with a detailed manual and a multi-tool, making the process really simple, even for someone like me who isn't exactly handy with tools. The overall build quality is solid, with everything feeling like it's meant to last. The matte paint job gives it a premium look, and I appreciate how all the cables are neatly wrapped and organized instead of dangling all over the place. Now let's talk about riding it, because that's where this bike really shines. The 750-watt motor is powerful, and you feel it as soon as you start pedaling or hit the throttle. The acceleration is smooth, even when starting from a stop, and it feels reliable climbing steep inclines. I tested it on some local hills, and it handled them without breaking a sweat. There are 3 speed modes to play around with, so you can keep it slower for a leisurely ride or crank it up to its maximum speed of about 20 miles per hour if you're looking for more action. End quote. What really impressed me though is its versatility. I've ridden it on smooth city roads, gravel paths, and even some trails, and those fat tires just glide over everything. They provide great traction and make the ride feel stable, even on loose dirt or sand. With the added shock absorbers on the front fork and seat post, the bike feels smooth and comfortable, absorbing most of the bumps. The seat is cushioned and wide, making long rides enjoyable. For anyone who's been on bikes with hard, narrow seats, you'll know how much of a difference a good seat makes. The range on this bike is something I was curious about because real-world mileage doesn't always match what's advertised. EVERCROSS claims you can go between 28 to 62 miles on a single charge, depending on your speed, terrain, and how much you're using features like motor assist. Personally, I've been getting somewhere in the middle, closer to 45 miles per charge under mixed riding conditions, and I think that's solid for an e-bike in this price range. You can charge the battery while it's still on the bike, or remove it to charge indoors. It's convenient either way. What I really love about this bike is how it balances practicality with performance. The LCD display is easy to read and shows key information like speed, battery level, and mileage. I could see everything I needed without having to stop or squint. It also has a rear rack where you can attach saddlebags or carry light cargo, and I've been able to use it for running quick errands or carrying a small bag on adventures. The built-in LED lights are another nice touch, especially for early morning or nighttime rides. They're bright enough to keep you visible, and the rear light even acts as a brake light, which adds an extra layer of safety. But it's not all perfect. One of my initial concerns with this bike was its weight. At about 88 pounds, it's definitely heavier than a regular bike, and while that's manageable when you're riding it, moving it around when it's folded can be a bit of a challenge. I also noticed that the charging time can take longer compared to bikes with smaller battery capacities. It's not a huge issue, but it's something to keep in mind if you're planning to ride long distances and need to recharge quickly. Lastly, even though the assembly process is simple, some adjustments were needed to get everything perfectly aligned, like the brakes and derailleur. It wasn't difficult to fine-tune them, but I think some people might find it a little inconvenient. In conclusion, I think the EVERCROSS EK6 is a solid choice for anyone looking to step into the world of electric biking, whether for commuting, recreational riding, or light off-roading. It's versatile, powerful, and offers a smooth, enjoyable ride. The foldable design and fat tires are standout features for me, and I love how practical it is for everyday use. While the weight and charging time might be slight drawbacks, I think the overall performance and build quality more than make up for it. If you're thinking about getting an electric bike and this one's on your radar, I'd recommend checking it out. I've had a ton of fun riding it, and I can see myself using it for all kinds of adventures and errands moving forward. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching.